How we met.
Bezario Mwanza.
Sife Mwanza.
We met in Dola.
Yeah, at the studio.
She came over to record some songs and yeah, that's how we met.
How we met.
Hi, this is John Mumba.
Chilekwa Mumba. Well, we met at church 2013. It's an interesting story.
How we met on Lifestyle.
Lord, you got me saying wow, wow. I now know how,
Hello, my name is Damiano, aka Mwanamfumo Chilekwa, and
I'm Donalia Ruth Banda Chilekwa. Together we are Mr. and Mrs. Chilekwa.
Funny enough, yeah, it's I've never gotten used to the fact that I am Mr. Chilekwa. I think it's it sounds a bit weird sometimes, even on the phone, and you're supposed to tell someone that, who's that? Oh no, this is Mr. Chilekwa. That I'm Damiano, So, but getting used to it. But yes, we are only almost 2 months old.
Yeah.
2 months.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure that I am okay with the dates. How it is with these ladies are always good at days and keeping the dates.
Yep.
So how did we meet?
Well, we met at a sad event, a funeral. It was actually the burial day of the late Ambassador Brenda Muntemba. May her soul continue to rest in peace. So I think I had seen him on TV before that.
Of course.
Yeah, so
I'm just
like really. Yeah, anyways, so
yeah.
And sometimes when your songs come on TV, and I'll tell my sister, I think this guy is really good, He really does sing good. Yeah, but so that day, that was my first time seeing in person. We were actually ministering in the same mass choir that was arranged for the same. So yeah. Yeah, so there we were. I think after I think we had sung a number of songs. She was late actually. Songs, and then she came in later. I saw Pastor Teddy. Yeah.
I think you called Pastor Teddy to show you the location of where the service was. And then she came in, and then funny enough, she came and sat right next to me. And I looked at her once, I was like, oh, okay, who's this woman? And then, but truthfully, I never really thought anything otherwise, or even think that, okay, this I could even have a word with this lady. I never said hi until when we got out, and now it was time to go to the graveyard. And I was really tired, and I was telling Aunt Sarah Tim, Mrs. Tim, I said, I think I need to go home because I feel a bit tired. Last night we were at a funeral house. And then she insisted, She said, no,
I did.
No. Yeah.
I did not.
You insisted.
Mrs. Tim insisted. Then I was like, you know what? We're all tired and hungry, but let's just go. That was just my little contribution.
That's interesting. And then she bought bananas, and she bought bananas, and that kind of made me like, oh, okay, yeah, at least I'll have some bananas. I don't have to go home. So we got on the same bus because they had organized a bus for gospel artists and just get on that going to the graveyard. And yes, I sat there. We still did not talk. No. Yeah. And then till we got to the graveyard. And there we were, because we were just a number of us, and we kept talking. And I think now when we're about to leave the graveyard, that's when I looked at her and I said, that handbag looks a bit heavy. Can I help you? And did you say
I
yes
said
or
no. Of course I said no.
Sad.
But talk about the part where you asked for my number. Like, he whispered.
She ignored me.
No, I did not ignore you.
did.
You whispered, and I thought I heard you say something. So I was like, you know what? If he's saying something, he should speak up or something like that. So I played my cool, and so it so happened that we're going back the same route, going back to our homes after the service. So we got on the same bus once again, going back home. Then he got the courage to ask for my number. Though I was like, why is he asking for my number? But then, so there was this, you know what? He's a celeb. Just give him. So I gave you. Yeah.
But the first time you heard, you just ignored.
I didn't ignore. I just wasn't sure what you said. So I was like, I'm gonna give him time to say.
That just took away my courage. I was like, okay, Damiano, you know what? Feel like and you know, there's never a good feeling. No man will tell you that they felt good when they were rejected. So sometimes nino landa bantu Canada. So the first time I just thought she ignored, so I didn't ask until I think almost the time where we were dropping off. And then I said, do you mind if I got your number? The first, I think the first text on the phone was, "Hey, I'm home," because now we're separated. And then I said, "Okay, I'm home." Oh, okay, I'm because she was staying a bit far. She said, "I haven't yet reached home, but I will be home soon." Oh, okay. And I think 2 days passed, I have not said anything. 2 or 3 days I had not said anything, because I think the courage feta mwari, because she's looking at her, you know, what's they were classy as well.
Right.
Yeah, and then I think I said hi one morning. I said, "Hey, good morning, how are you?" And then, "Hey, hi. And then I said, "Would you mind going for coffee?"
I said I wouldn't mind. It's okay. Yeah. So yeah.
That was the mistake she made. If you don't like a guy, never say yes.
No, but in
Never
my
say
mind, I
yes
was
going
just
for coffee.
excited with the thought of
Going out.
for coffee with you. I told myself, this is just friendship, and it ends here. Yeah. But I was caught in a web, and I got a ring.
The coffee date happened the first day, and I was late on the first date.
Yeah.
Accident. Yeah, so I was late. I think 10-20 minutes. She was already there, and I got there, and then we started talking. And for me, I think what attracted me to her more was the conversation that we had. I could see a little bit of utumano, you know, cause,
A little bit.
And, yeah, no.
A little bit,
I
babe.
mean, yeah, intelligence. Yeah, so that attracted me in the way that she was talking, in the way that she was bringing out. And that day we were just talking about anything. We talked about
general
gospel
stuff.
music. We
Yeah.
talked about ministry and what she does in church. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was telling God, God, tell you in here, I think I think she's almost like the kind one. Yeah, and then I think I liked her from that first date. And then when we were going back home, you know, sometimes being a gentleman, I don't know what happened. Yeah, I held her hand. on the first day I held her hand. For me, I think it never really struck me like, oh yeah. I think I got so liberated on the first day, and I was holding her hand. But for her, it was like, why is this guy holding my hand?
Like, why is he doing my hand?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
after the first date, and I asked, do we have another date?
He said yes. Yeah. And we had that maybe 2 weeks apart. Yeah. And yeah. But he panjililad for about 2 months before I actually said yes. So
I was trying
and I kept on
was
saying
trying to
no,
hide
we are
that.
just friends. There's nothing more and everything. But he just told me eventually you'll be my wife, because I'm not seeing a girlfriend in you for a long time. I'm seeing a wife. So yeah, and that could get to me like, but why is he insisting on this? But I think the more time we go to spend with each other, I kind of got to know who he really was. Yeah, and yeah, he's an amazing human being, this one. So
My relatives said no. Not that they didn't like the girl; they had not even seen her before. I just went to report saying, "I think I found the girl. I like someone," and they said no because they cared about me, because I was just coming from a breakup, like barely a year. I think I was coming. Yeah, a year. Yeah, I think. And that year, before meeting her, that year I was depressed. I was not myself. So they said no, you can't go into another relationship just now. You need to heal. And I was asking myself, healing, like how long will it take? I convinced them that, you know what, I have healed. I am okay. I'm fine. I'm doing good. I've gone back to the Lord, because the time that I was feeling low and heartbroken, I stopped going to church. Yeah, because I just felt like, okay, God, here is a man who's trying to follow your path, be a minister of your gospel, and you can't even protect his heart and just be there for him. I just felt like God was standing far away from me. So I stopped going to church. I didn't see any sense. But that's a story for another day. They say no. So I went back. I never told her that they have said no. I just said, I can't take you this weekend. We have to wait for my aunt and other people to be ready and available to meet you. So yeah, they will tell us. But in my heart, I was like, I look at her and I'm like, okay.
I think I didn't face any resistance at all. Yeah. Maybe because I also, by the time they were getting to know that there was him, it had really advanced, and it was something like, where you go like, someone wants to bring Tombale. Something like that. Well, for the older ones, older relatives, but the cousins and the siblings, they knew about him. So yeah, it was okay. It was okay in my camp.
So from the time that they didn't feel comfortable me going into a relationship, then I think we had 6 months. 6 months?
Yeah.
6 months pass. And then after that 6 months, that's when they said, okay, you seem to be very confident and sure about this woman. I think we are ready to meet her and just know who this person is. And also for me, my cousins and just young people in the family had known about her, and they kind of liked her. So and like I said, it's not because they didn't like her, but because they were just trying to just counsel me and just make sure that I'm not making another wrong decision getting into something that will also make me go back to them and say, Ish, I'm not doing this anymore. And so they said yes, and then I went to tell her, and she was excited, and then we went to meet them. Yeah, you know, if there's something that is very difficult to when you want to do a surprise, it's a ring. So it was a struggle. And but thank God that I was close to, by then I was already close to the sister, and I called her, say, would you know the size of the ring for your sister? And she wasn't sure. Said, okay, but for me, she told me her size. She says my size is, I think, J or something.
Yeah, by then my sister was already engaged, so sometimes when she takes off a ring, I would get it and fit it in. I would go like, this ring will go missing one day, so she would just laugh. So I think she
told me her size, and she says so hers is slightly bigger. Yeah, so slightly bigger. So that's what when I went into the shop, I told them, I want something slightly bigger than a J, or is it 8? In other shop they'll say J, they'll use letters, others will use numbers. So yeah, I told them that, but then they said, you know what, it would have been better if you really were certain, but if it will be big, you can come, you bring it, and we resize it. But I think I was just confident that it's going to fit.
So he took Tumbale in which month was that? In November. Yeah, he took Tumbale towards the end of November and 2019. And then so he used to ask me, would you want to know the day I'm doing this? I said, no. Even if you've taken Tumbale, I think I want to, I don't know. There's this. Exactly, yeah. So he took the whole December quiet, and then the 1st of January 2020, he told me my aunt has invited us for a New Year lunch. For a New Year lunch, like family members will be there and everything. So I want you to come with someone who's home with you. So by then I had my niece with me home. So I told her, we have to go. We've been invited. Though I was hesitant at first. I was like, nah, I don't think it's a good idea. Going to the in-laws and everything. But he insisted. So I told him, okay, fine, since you insist. And so the day came, he came home to pick me up, and he said, what are you wearing? I said, I picked up this dress. He said, okay, it's all right, it's good. So, and it didn't click that there was something like that which was gonna happen later. So that's when we went, and yeah, so we had our lunch and everything. So he disappeared for some time from the house. I didn't have an idea. They gave some excuse of some kind. So, but I had family around, so we had our time of chatting and getting to know each other. So then later on, one of the young aunties came and said, let's go to the living room and dance. They put up some songs and music playing. So we walked there. I walked there. I see him kneeling on one knee and flowers on the floor decorated, asking me to marry him. I screamed and ran back. I went back and had to be put back, like, come back. So when I got to him, I was like, oh, babe, please get up. Like, I don't know. I felt sorry for him, like, oh, please get up. And he was like, no, I have to do this. Then he said his speech and, dressed me the ring. It was awesome. I loved it. I loved it because you did it in my in-laws' house, and the way everybody was just so excited, it just blessed my heart. I was so humbled. Yeah, so yeah, that's
Oh.
the dress. I changed the dress choice over I don't know how many times. This week I'll go like, I think this is the one I found the dress.
And it was annoying.
The next time I'll just go like, you know what, I changed. I want this. I didn't know, but all I wanted was something simple, yeah, and elegant. And I think I made the right choice at
You
the
see,
end.
that process is not something I
But it
wish
got him
any other man
frustrated
to
because
go
I
through.
kept on changing my mind. He'll go, but I thought you said no. Yeah, but yeah.
And then I think we even had a hiccup at some point.
Oh yes. So
Because it was in the time of COVID, so things when you order stuff
it
online,
will take really
it was
longer.
taking longer.
Yeah.
And we almost thought it was never. Actually, they reported that it had come.
Yeah, so what happened was
Yeah.
there were the two of us, two brides, who ordered those two different dresses at the same time. So our agent was the one doing everything. So they told us there's a package, 5 kg package coming in. So I'm so sure, the agent was so sure it was 2 dresses, mine and the other ladies. So we went to the warehouse to go and collect our dresses. I was the one in the forefront. We collected the package, opened it, and there was only one dress, and it wasn't mine. I felt my heart drop. Luckily, we had 2 months to go, so we got back, and the supplier said, no, the dress is still in the warehouse. They got photos and showed me the dress, so that put my heart at rest. And 10 days later, my dress was in. Yeah.
I did a surprise sing. I really never wanted to sing, but I felt like who's the best person to sing for her if not me? But of course, James Sakala come through because she's always been a fan of James Sakala. So I said, and every time she kept asking about, would you do me a favor? I would love James Sakala to come. I said, no, it's not going to happen. And yeah, but yet
he was planning things behind the scenes.
Already organized with James Sakala and said, boy, Papa service, just their service, I'll sing something, a little something, then you also pick it up. And it was interesting. But the funny thing is that the song that I sang kind of put almost everyone
in tears.
Yeah. And I could see my mother, shedding tears, her mother and my other aunties. So I was like, okay, am I doing something wrong? Why are people being so
tearing up like that,
emotional? It was something it was a song that just came, I think, a night. Is it a night or 2 nights before the wedding? And I was basically saying, hey. Can I remember that? I've never even recorded, but maybe I should. Niwe wanchinda mikana mfumu, wansebulula ensoni na mfumu, nshale yenekela kuti chawa mangefi, wansebulula ensoni na mfumu.
Oh, babe. I love you.
Yeah, so it was just a song that I was just basically saying, you know what, you've brought a honor to my life. All this while I've been a laughing stock, and many people asking, is this guy serious? When is he ever gonna get settled down? And you know, vaambia utuma musician tatupa, utuma artist twa Zambia tuangala fye. So you know, you have gone through all that period of feeling like a lot of things have been said, and then there she's coming, and I'm just saying, you brought honor in my life, and you have changed my name, and my status becomes even more admirable.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, he's calm for one. Sometimes I feel I panic a lot, but he's calm and it keeps me grounded. Sometimes I want to act out, or maybe make a decision rushingly. Sometimes you just tell me, you know what, babe, take your time. I'm sure this will come out good. And yeah, he also loves me deeply, and he's not afraid to show it. Yeah. When we just met, I had to understand what kind of a person he was, and as much as he's out there in the world, he would, I would see it even when we met people. He would be considerate to how I would feel if he was all over with them and leave me standing in a corner like, let's appreciate what I say. You know, he would not do that. And so from there, I would see that in as much as he would want to mingle with people out there, he also shows these people that there's this someone here that I'm with. But I remember there's a time we had gone out for a movie, and so we met these people who were so excited to see him. Like, hey, yeah, Shanshan. So, and they asked for a selfie, and so I was just standing there like. Then I was like, you know what? Give me that camera, give me that phone. Let me get a pic of you guys, all of you. So I volunteered to be the camera person. So I just want to be there for him, even as he's there for the people, because I realized that he's a man of God and he's sent out to people. He is supposed to minister to people. So my part in his life is to really be by his side, even as he's ministering. Yeah. So.
I think first of all, she's beautiful.
Thank you.
So I think I love the personality, and also one would think, when I think that's what even when I just first saw her, I felt like maybe I couldn't match up to her class. So one would feel when they see her from far, they'll think like, she's a tough woman. You can't just talk to her anyhow. But I think she's given me the respect, and I'm still able to make the final decision, and I also love the fact that I think we both met when we have the desire to minister and to love God. And yeah, and I think I just love the entire being that she loves to smile. See, already she wants to smile. So there are times when things are just rough for me, and she would also just tell me, you know what, you are good. I think she's the first person that tells me, I love this song. it's gonna make it. It's gonna make it. Sometimes I'm afraid to put out songs. I'm like, I'm one person that doesn't love to be rejected. So I like, would this song make sense to people?
Yeah.
Because sometimes I think too deep, and I don't know if people will understand the message. But she said, no, you know what? This is you. This is your lane. So keep it that way, and put out whatever message you have. I think I love that fact that now I have someone who understands the kind of messages that I put in my music.
Okay. I would say look at the content of the person, what they're about, and not just the outside appearance of a man. I want to liken it to David when the prophet Samuel went to look for someone to anoint who the Lord had told him to anoint. There were these guys who were good to look at and muscles and all that. And their father was pushing those sons to say, maybe it's this one. But those were done away with, they were pushed aside because that's not really what the Lord was looking for. He was looking for the heart that David had. So as women, as ladies, sometimes we prioritize things that are not really of worth. When somebody comes to you, we want to look at how they look, how they cut their hair and stuff like that. Those are really minor. Those are things that you can work on. But look at what is inside of this person. Just like a container of water. We have different makes, okay? So those are containers that are designed differently. But what's inside is what matters. So look at the person. Do they point you to the direction of the Lord, or they're taking you away? Okay, do they give you peace? Things like that. So yeah, for that lady out there who wants to settle down, and there are these men that are coming your way, in as much as appearance will matter, but I think what's important for me is the content, what the person is all about, who they are when nobody's watching. Yeah. So
yeah, so I think to someone out there, to a young guy or a young man who could be thinking it's getting late, I think this far now I've realized that there's actually nothing like getting late. Getting late, you are late for who's counting, who's the timekeeper, So, but sometimes, yes, I've been there where you feel the pressure, but who's giving you the push? Who's the timekeeper? And then also, I've also had men who would say, my fellow friends who would say, you know what, me, I don't dream of getting married because I've had a bad experience with ladies, and I think my ladies wamlusaka makamaka futi wakondako kandalama and so on. And I think also it's what are you praying about? I think also as men, the same way that ladies have specifications, I think as men we should also specify what we want and give God what we want. Because I know I've been in relationships and I've prayed to God, but I feel like God has given me the specific being that I was praying for, and especially that's going to help me to push forward. So you never give up. One breakup, two breakups still do not define who you're going to be. You've got a destiny, and you should never give up on. I mean, marriage is nice. Someone would say it's too early to say that, but marriage is nice. So never give up, and look in the right places. If you want, I think that's the other mistake we make. We want a certain behavior in a woman, but we go to places where there's the otherwise. So if you are looking for a certain type of person, be in a place where you feel that kind of a person. And also, if you're looking for a smart woman, be smart. You be smart too. I think to understand. And man akashwa man, but so never give up. No one is a timekeeper apart from God, and God's time is the best.
Thank you
so
for having
much.
us.
It's great to be here. Yeah.
Hey, you are good to me. Our one is so good to me. Jehovah, hey, you are good to me. Our one is so good to me. Some people wonder, hey, and I wonder why they want. Some people wonder, hey, and I wonder why they wonder.
Sovereign God, yes, you are my Lord. Nobody greater than God. Yeah. See what you done. Never ever thought I would ever walk in glory. See what you done. My name has stretched to walk down for me. See what you done. Alishala vale, Papa Shala vale. Vale fire took off with them on a chair. My God is good. My God is good. See what you done.
Jehovah, you are good to me. Our one is so good.